pains me. It's a fucking pain. Ah! In the words of my piano teacher, the show must go on. Fuck! I don't want to be here right now. I don't want to do this show. And I damn sure don't want to talk to the motherfucker that's on the phone right now. It's obviously a podcast. Chris Walker's on the line. Chris, how you doing, bitch?
Today I am your piano teacher, bitch.
Oh, son of a bitch. Let me move my microphone real quick because my wife decided to wash some clothes or laundry.
I might as well go ahead and say what we all pretty much know. That score was very close right up until the very last day.
Yeah, man. I don't know if I think it should be done. It probably will sound like I'm whispering a little bit because I don't know with how close this microphone is to me. Hold on one second. Hopefully that picks you up and this isn't a waste of time. But anyways, yeah, dude, I fucking hate Sundays, okay? I fucking hate it. And I hate the fact that, like, two bitches that are on the Red Sox and the Yankees, you know, like, what the fuck, man? Like, one hit between the two of you? That's all you can muster? Come on, man. Mookie fucking Betts. He was, like, projected to be the second best baseball player, and he's ranked 6th. But it's like, dude, you can't get anything? Nothing?
Red Sox better pick that shit up.
Yeah. Well, like I said, man.
Are we going to try and get Sundays outlawed around here?
Yeah. No more Sundays. Let's make Saturday the new shitty day. Sundays are for the Lord.
It's good enough for me.
Yeah. It's good. Yeah. Just outlaw it. But, man, congratulations. Good job. 6-4. I fucking hate you. All yesterday, I'm sitting there and watching the Braves Cincinnati game, and my phone gets updates about 2 to 10 seconds quicker than the phone or the television relays information. So then I get a boom or whatever the hell from MLB. Ronald Acuna Jr. It's a 2-run home run, ties the game, and then I see it. I'm like, what the fuck? There goes Wins. And then I looked and I was like, oh, Yu Darvish. Ooh. So I was like, okay, I might have secure Wins. And I was like, oh, how many fucking relief pitchers does he have pitching? So, dude, I was back and forth on your rock, and I don't know what the hell it is. I'm honestly kind of tired of dealing with Yahoo and their bullshit. But this fucking app, it sucks. It's either the fact that it's in my house, but I'm on fucking Wi-Fi, but the shit like doesn't work half the time. I'm trying to get in the chat message and I can't do it. Now there isn't even a...
It's not just you, man. It's not just you. It's screwed up for me and everybody else too.
Well, I'm getting about fucking tired of it, and now we can't even use the chat window online, like on the my desktop. I can't pull it up.
Right.
It's like, what the fuck, man? I don't know, man. Screw these people. But anyways, let me get back to it. We've been on this for now 5 minutes on the dot. Boom. Game of the week recap. I dubbed 3 games of the week. They should be called the games of the week, not game. Me and you were the first one, and all I have written beside it is fuck off. So moving on. Next one. Swinging and missing versus Red Sox Nation. Swinging and missing won 6-4. Jason calls it a falling, but he's tied with Trippin' Billy's for third place. And Captain Redbeards versus Hairy Pair of Testicles, that was a close matchup in some of the categories, but fucking Hairy Pair of Testicles let me down. Dang it. So it was just a shitty week all week, man. Just for me, like I was like so rooting for who there was Bill playing for Sean. I just knew coming off of that fantastic week that Sean had against me that put me in this fucking position that I'm in, that there was no way that he was only going to hit 3 home runs until fucking Saturday. No way. No, there is a way. It's called the fuck you Casey way, and that's what fucking happened. Sean didn't get, 5 home runs until, what was it, like Saturday? Whatever, man. Whatever. This is not a bitch, because I really want to talk to you about other stuff going on. I've dubbed 2 games of the week. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Sorry, I just walked into the door.
Yep, you're being attacked. Hold on, please. Uno momento. While you do that, man, I'll break down something else. You just chime in when you're ready to come back. Your top 6 for this week are as follows. They haven't changed, I think, in the last 3 weeks. Swinging and missing, number 1, Rally Monkeys. Number 2, Trippin' Billies. And Red Sox Nation, as I mentioned earlier, are tied. And Captain Redbeard and All Rise, only a half a game separates them two. And I am 6 games back out of the top 6. I call this crunch time, bitches. Time for me to get my shit in order. How will I do it? By fucking myself with shitty ass trades. All right. Jesus.
Hey, for what it's worth, the trade that we did with Jose Ramirez, that pretty much worked out for you.
You know, it hasn't been bad, man. Just Jose needs to get a little bit more pop back in his bat, and I'll feel better about it. But, who knows? I don't know. We'll see. It's pitching, man. I never, I don't think I've ever been a part of a season like this where pitching is platinum. That's it. It's not gold. It's not silver. It's fucking platinum. I think I've offered players of like extreme caliber for just one pitcher, and I still get rejected. I'm like, what are we doing here, people? But it's crucial, man. Pitching, dude, it's like this fucking long ball bullshit is just, it's affecting everybody. It's affecting fantasy. It's affecting like statistics and just the minds that are the powers that be in baseball. They're just all like, what the hell is going on? You can't get a good pitcher. And if you've got one, you better coddle that dude and just rub his calves at the end of every game and tell him you love him and tell him he's the prettiest guy on the mound, because if he goes on the DL, your season is fucked. Woo!
How'd that feel?
Felt pretty good. Let me ask you a question, and I hate to ask it, but I think it's time. It's week 18 now. Is it clear to say that Jordan, Reeder, Ray, Sean are out?
Shut the fuck up.
I don't know, man. I'd have to look at the remaining schedule. If one of those teams has like a cupcake schedule the rest of the way,
yeah,
I don't know if I can say that.
Well, hey, I did ask, and I didn't throw out Nicole's team because she's 36 and a half games behind number 1. But, I mean, you never know. It is week 18.
Do you have the time to look at some of those schedules?
I sure do, sir. I'm looking at it right now. Okay, so we want to look at, let's just start with Jordan. Jordan, the rest of the way. I know he ends the season with me at week 22. I'm not kidding. When I look ahead, I've probably got one of the hardest schedules because of where Jordan is right now in the rankings, his fucking team is going off, bro. his shit is looking so good. Now his pitching is, it leaves a little bit to be desired, but it doesn't. I mean, Jack Flaherty's coming around, but to break his down, he's got swinging and missing this week. He's got Reeder next week, Shane after that, then he's got Sean, and then me. And that's Jordan's.
It's a mixed bag.
Who did I say? Sean. Sean's got Robbie this week, Nicole next week, Reeder the following, then Jordan, and then you.
That's a mixed bag too, but it's not looking good for him.
And then Ray has me this week, Bill next week, Robbie the following, Nicole the next, and then Reeder to finish the season.
It's not lining up for anybody I've heard so far. I need the perfect lineup.
All right, so here's Reeder's path. Reeder would have to. He's playing Nicole's this week, Jordan, then Sean, then you, then Ray. Of all those, he's
now that sounds more like it.
Yeah. But again,
you're telling me there's a chance.
Yeah, right.
And Reeder's got my number. I've only beat him like once ever.
Well, we shall see. Hold on one second. This is never, I don't think has ever happened on, yep, it's never happened before.
What are we talking about?
A trade has literally went down while we are doing the podcast. Never happened before.
Are you saying we have breaking news?
We have breaking news. A trade has just happened right now.
I'm waiting.
I have accepted a trade from Bill for Jorge Polanco. I don't know what it's asking. This is an even trade. You will need to drop a player. Okay. It's going to be that motherfucker right there. I'll tell you the details here in just a second. Here we are. Or you can probably look it up. Or I can just tell you. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Here it is. Breaking news. Whatever the fuck that is. Gleyber Torres and Cal Quantrill for Vince Velasquez, Ryan Yarbrough, and Jorge Polanco. Like I said, man, pitching. That one's going to come back and bite me in the ass, but what the fuck ever, right?
Oh, wow.
Thoughts, questions, concerns?
I'm speechless right now. Wow.
Why? What you speechless about?
But I admire the conviction that you have with some of your moves, man.
Oh yeah.
And your general strategy. And goddamn it, if that roster as it's currently constructed didn't give me everything I wanted last week. So, I mean, I just like the boldness of it. That's all I'll say. I won't comment any further.
I feel like there's an underlying tone of, man, I don't know, I think you just fucked yourself. But go ahead.
There isn't. I promise you, there isn't. It's more like, wow, I wouldn't have done that, but wow, I can respect it.
Well, I appreciate it. Well, I don't know. Whatever. And then I can hear Eric right now. Dude, I would have gave you more for Torres, man. You should have hit me up. Get the fuck ever. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. So, you know what? I'm going to give mad props to somebody that we just discussed about his future schedule. I'm going to give mad props to Reeder, man. He's not like me. Well, I mean, he is a whiny bitch, somewhat like me, but the bottom line is the motherfucker's still out there making trades, striving, wanting, he's being competitive. I love that, man. That's what we need in this league. That's what we've always wanted. And Reeder, man, he's like, dude, I'll take Machado. And now he's like, I don't want Machado. I'm like, dude, he's ranked pretty good. I mean, I'll take him back, but I don't want to give him a pitcher. Oh, man.
I see in the chat, Reeder is pouring out his pitching moves like a red-blooded American capitalist.
And I would be one to jump on that dick, but I mean to jump on that, but I don't know who he wants. What, hit me up, Reader. I'll take him right back. I don't care. Especially now. I mean, I like Polanco. He hits on a good lineup. He's not a bad dude, but, whatever.
Well, hold on just a second. There's two things we need to get straight. I think we left some dangling thing, because we have breaking news in the middle. I totally get that. But there's two schedules I want to see. I want to see your remaining schedule, and I want to see my remaining schedule.
I'm fucked, dude. But, yeah. I have, in my opinion, I have the worst schedule moving forward. In terms of, hoping that I make the playoffs. I have the hardest stretch, in my opinion. I'll tell you. All right, so this week I have Ray, and some people will be like, oh, well, whatever, fuck y'all. But then I have Red Sox Nation, Eric, Shane, and then Jordan. And I'm not bullshitting. I've been looking ahead at Jordan's team. That is not a team I want to face when I'm limping by my ball sack, okay? I mean, the dude's got... All right, so hold on one second. Hold on. In the last 14 days, he's got Josh Donaldson at third, who's got 5, I'm just going to say who the fuck they are. Josh Donaldson, Rhys Hoskins, Bryce Harper, Juan Soto, Matt Olson has been going off. And he's got Michael Brantley, Adam Jones, who will steal some bags. And then, his pitching, again, Brandon McKay, Chris Archer, Jake Arrieta. The only one that, concerns me is Jack Flaherty. But bottom line is, if you can take 2... I mean, he's got relief pitchers too, so he's gonna take that stat.
We got Africa Bambata and the Zulu Nation. We got Japan set of PlayStations. Coalition of Nations ready to roll.
Yeah, right. Still, in my opinion, it's not an easy path. He's got good batters, so you tell me. You tell me.
Right.
Oh, okay, and then you wanted yours. Hold on one second, and I'll tell you. Why are you worried about you, man? You're number 2. You're secure in your sexuality. What do you need from me?
But listen, there's a lot of people gunning for my spot.
Yeah.
The people want to know.
All right, well, for the people. You got Bill this week. I'm sure you know that. You got Robbie next week. You got Nicole's team after that. Then you got Reader, and then you got Sean. I would say of you and you have the path of least resistance. Robbie and Nicole will give you a fight. Reader probably will too, but
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Okay then, so suck it. And you made this schedule. I know you did it on purpose, bitch.
You're gonna have to talk to the commissioner about that.
Sure. Well. So, how you feel about my mad props? What you think? You agree?
Yeah, as always, Reader doesn't get enough respect. Reader's, he just, man, you never know what's going on, but I know deep down inside, the man loves baseball. He cannot, and I repeat, cannot pull himself away from this terribly torturous game.
Amen.
And he puts forth the effort. He's been, I think we've mentioned it several times, he's been one of the unluckiest dudes. And I know there's no such thing as a gambler's fallacy that he's due, but if the good Lord would shine some fortune upon him and help him make the playoffs, and so that Casey will miss the playoffs, that would be great.
That's some fucked up shit, man. I was sitting here praying with you, and then all of a sudden I heard that, and I passed on the communion on that one. You can forget that. All right, so I'm going to do the last bid for the regular podcast and then go into a little bit of talking with you and then end this thing on a high note, which would just basically be the outro music. But For the season, I pretty much nailed it last night. Yelich, Trout, Bellinger. Take your pick of who's going to, be number one at the end of the season. Verlander, Ryu, Cole for pitchers. Last week, top three for the past 7 days. Was it Starling Marte? I might have wrote down the wrong Marte. I think it might have been
Ketel,
Starling.
right?
You think it's Ketel? Let's see.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Didn't you own Ketel Marte?
Huh?
Didn't you own Ketel Marte?
Yeah, for a minute. I had him for, I've had him for a few times throughout the season. Eric hit me back up and showed me his boobs and said, if you like what you see, trade me back Marte. So I was like, nah, it's all right, but here. Anyway, so no, it was Starling Marte with 8 runs, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs, 3 stolen bases. Cruz had another fantastic week with 5 runs, 4 home runs, 10 RBIs, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. doing Vladdy stuff that everybody expected him to do. 5 runs, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs. And
I got a bold prediction for Vladdy.
Oh yeah, you think he's going to be top notch?
No.
Oh.
Bo Bichette will have a better season than he will going forward.
Oh wow. And that's you wishful thinking.
I mean, I guess you could say that, but
yeah, sure.
I honestly believe that he's actually more talented than Vladdy.
Okay. In the past 7 days, pitchers, Justin Verlander, 2 wins, 23 strikeouts, .69 on the ERA, .54 on the WHIP. Barrios, 1 win, 11 Ks, 0 on the ERA, .29 on the WHIP. And Thor, 1 win, 14 strikeouts, .63 on the ERA, and .70 on the WHIP. Now, I'm going to ask you a few questions, sir. A couple that I wrote down. We didn't talk around the trade deadline. Who do you think won in your mind, MLB wise?
Trades? Like who won?
Yeah, who won in the trade deadline?
Okay. All right. I got to think about this. I got to think about this really hard. Man, I think fire off some trades that happened recently. Get my mind going.
Well, the biggest one was Greinke going from the Diamondbacks to the Astros. Now the Diamondbacks got Zach Gallen in that trade. But Zach Gallen wasn't.
The Diamondbacks did all right in that trade.
I'm sorry, Zach Gallen was a part of the Marlins. I don't remember what the Marlins got to get him.
Oh, no. The Marlins, they shipped off Gallen and some other dude for Nick Anderson, and I actually like that particular trade from the Rays' perspective. They got more bullpen pieces.
Right.
The Rays kind of remind me of myself, so I'm going to take their side.
Okay. It's looking like so far that the Braves just really, they put an emphasis on what they needed. They just got the wrong people at that position because Shane Green blew not 1 but 2 save opportunities, and Luke Jackson had to come and bail his ass out. And then there was... What's that?
Isn't that hilarious? They wait this long to get a reliever, and then the one they get looks like damaged goods or something.
Yeah. There was no way that he was as good as a 1.18 ERA, but whatever.
Right.
And then Mark Melancon is not Mark Melancon of old, but, I don't know, man. And then I didn't even know this until it popped up today. They cut Kevin Gausman. They said, get the fuck out of here. And then the Reds went and picked him up. It's like, okay, whatever.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. Cut him, and then he went right to the Reds. It was like they dropped him, and I think he got picked up same day. They picked him up off waivers.
The Reds are doing some weird moves, too, because they traded away Puig, right?
Yep.
And then they got Bauer.
Which was,
You know what? If I'm gonna declare a winner, I'm just gonna go ahead and say them getting Bauer would actually be the winner.
Oh yeah, not Greinke?
Nah, I don't. Greinke throws like an 80-mile-per-hour fastball. I'm not crazy about Greinke.
Yeah, I mean,
Answer me this: in a juice ball era, how is that dude throwing like a 2 ERA?
The humidor. I don't know. I'd like him on my team. Let me get him. Let me get some of that.
Here's the thing, that because when they got Greinke, the owner came out and said, "Yeah, keeping Greinke will make it hard to keep Cole too." I'm like, well, then why did you trade for Greinke?
Yeah, right. And they ate a big chunk of that Arizona contract too, which Arizona was like, "Yes, please. What do you want? You want back rubs for a year? We'll give them to you." I still think I always refer, when I think about trades, the Moneyball scene where the dude's like, "Oh, and I want you to pay for sodas for the next 3 years." Yes, I'm serious. Yeah, I am. I want you to do that. I don't want my players to have to pay for their soda. Yes, we want conjugal visits in the dugout after the game. Yes, that's what we want.
Right.
All right, and last but not least, what do you think of my theory on your team? Did you read my rant last night before I went to bed?
Fuck you, Chris.
Oh, and Ray said, "Fuck you, Chris."
Your theory on my team, like the roster strategy I have, and that everybody's going to come around to it.
Yeah.
I don't see why they haven't already.
Oh.
Like, okay, so you just outlined how hard it is to get a pitcher in a trade, but every time we have a draft, the value of pitchers is not exactly reflected in the draft. If you, and I know you did, you saw one of my YouTube comments, which should encourage the rest of y'all to go, I don't know, go hunt for it. I outlined my top 12, and I believe 4 of the top 5 were pitchers.
Right.
I don't see other teams treating it that way, but I think they should, because, I mean, that's just the market, man. And I don't know, maybe it'll happen next year.
Right.
You know what? Okay, if you got a top 3 pick, and Trout and Max Scherzer are off the board, who are you taking?
Like, who am I going to go and grab out of those two?
No. Trout and Max Scherzer are off the board, and you pick 3rd. Who are you taking?
At this point, oh, man.
If you don't say a pitcher, you're wrong.
The first 2 names that came to my mind were like, but then I started to think about it, but it was Verlander, and then it was Cole, and then I'm like, well, wait a minute. How long can Verlander keep this shit up? The motherfucker's, aging. Will he be the same next year?
100 at times.
And speaking of that, you brung up Verlander. All right. So I pulled up that motherfucker's stats and who he's playing and pitching against. All right. So look here. All right. What, look here. Hold on one second. I got to get to your team. All right. Rally Monkeys. Where the fuck? All right. So, look here now. Justin Verlander, in my opinion, after looking at his shit, is a product of a easy fucking schedule. The dude just... Alright, the dude's got Baltimore coming up. Okay? Baltimore.
Right.
The fucking Orioles. There ain't but one person on that team I'd be afraid of. Maybe 2. Villar and Mancini. I move on. He pitched against Seattle last night. The night before, it took 4 fucking pitchers to get a complete game shutout. Okay? Right. He got 6 innings worth of work in and got 10 Ks. Alright? But 4 pitchers, that... To me, everyone was like, "Oh yay! There's a no-hitter from the Houston Astros," but it took 4 pitchers to do it.
That's impressive. Come on now.
Okay, whatever. Not really. I mean, kinda. Because it's 4 different pitchers that you're seeing. Yeah, I get it, but come on, dude. It's against the fucking Seattle Mariners. Okay. Cleveland.
Who it's against?
All right, Cleveland. Okay. There should have been a little bit more pop coming from them Cleveland Bats because they were hot for a while. All right, whatever. Then against Oakland. Okay, come on, really?
Good. They're good.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. Texas, he
is
gave
tough.
up some runs. Then apparently against Texas, he just doesn't do so well because he gave up the same amount of ERA in the same amount of innings twice that he pitched against them. Then against the Angels, is that the game where he was crying wolf, or was that against the Mariners? Which game was it that he was like, it's a juice ball? I think it was against the Mariners, right?
I'll trust your judgment on that one.
Well, hold on. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't remember. But, okay, so he got 15 Ks back on June 12th against the Brewers. That's about all I see. He did shitty against Cincinnati.
That was in Mexico, by the way, I believe, that particular game.
Oh, so we're blaming the fact that he had to drink Coronas the whole time while he was down there and not water because he died?
No, sir. The elevation in Mexico City is comparable to Denver.
Oh, okay. So he just didn't take his medicine that week. I got you. Okay. But then against the same Mariners...
they wanted to show off in Mexico and juice the balls just a little bit more than usual.
Okay. All right. Now I see where you're at, you little conspiracy theorist bitch. Whatever. Bottom line is, he's getting thrown matchups where he's going to favor. I'll put money on it right now that he gets 14 plus strikeouts August 11th against Baltimore, and he does it in 6 innings. It's a given. He's going to do that shit. So, okay. So, whatever. And the game before that, it would probably be another no-hitter by 7 different people. So, anyways, whatever. You ride that Verlander wave all you want, man. It's winning for you anyway, so what the hell ever.
I'm trying.
I'm
trying.
Yep. Any other closing remarks, sir, as we approach the 33-minute mark?
Listen, my closing remark is I was disappointed that you traded Chris Sale away for, one of those Frito-Lay 24-pack bag of chips. The snack size bag of chips.
Yep.
Somebody offered you that and a 2-liter soda, and you were like, man, I got to get that. I'm hungry.
Yep. Bottom line was, I didn't know that, hold on. I didn't know that Kershaw was a part of the deal. I was on vacation. I briefly read his message. I would have taken Kershaw any day of the week.
By your own words, we're not properly valuing pitchers.
Yeah, well, I should have grabbed Kershaw. So,
Lloyd.
But I'm just setting you up, for a tougher competition, man. Why don't you bring your 3 pitchers and your 18 relief pitchers up against that?
Why does everybody do this with Croft every season? They just love to give him all the assets. He just sits back and gobbles them all up and still loses. I mean, it's funny how...
Well, he's prime now, man. He feels like he's got it.
This ain't the first time he's been in first place and then shit the bed.
Well, that's true, too. I hear, hey, Croft, cousin, I think he's calling you out.
By the way, the best season Croft ever had, I think he came into the playoffs like 5th or something like that.
Yeah.
And made the championship game. I can't remember the details, but I'm pretty sure it went something like that.
Well, looking at my roster, man, especially just my batters, a few of them anyways, it would break my heart to see people like Freddie Freeman, Ronald Acuna, Mookie Betts, and Max Kepler not be involved in a playoff. But, hey, there's good players out there all over the world, so who knows?
Max Kepler, man, that's my favorite German-born American since David Hasselhoff.
I'm David Hasselhoff. All right, sir, man, it's been good talking to you. Thanks for coming in, and I'm not happy about last week. So
coming in and then leaving trash all over your house.
Yep. Yep.
Spray painted Walker
Yep.
was here on the wall.
Yep. That's about that. Yep. So. All right, sir. Well, you have yourself a wonderful Monday evening. I'm going to post this shit in about 14 seconds.
All right. I'm going to come see you.
All right, man.
Kids with me.
Bring it on, bitch.
Love you, man.
Love you too, man. Let me get somebody. Let's make a trade. Let's make it happen.
We'll, I don't know what you would call it, peace offering or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
I'll take a look.
All right.
Take a little look-see.
All right. Have a good night, sir.
Trades left and right.
Yep.
See you, man.
Later on, brother. Peace, bitches. I have to hit the stop button.